Direct News TV. October 19, 2023. Israel-Hamas war live, condemnation after Israeli strike on Gaza church. The Greek Orthodox St. Porphyrius Church compound was hit in an Israeli air attack in central Gaza City. Israel's defense minister tells gathered troops that they will soon see Gaza from inside, suggesting an imminent ground invasion. The United States says it shot down missiles and drones fired from Yemen, potentially at Israel, and confirms reports of attacks on bases hosting U.S. troops in Syria and Iraq. The European Commission president says the risk of a regional spillover from the Israel-Hamas war is real. World Health Organization Chief Tedros says aid trucks are loaded and ready to go into Gaza as dozens of U.S. senators urge swift implementation of the U.S.-Egypt deal. At least 3,785 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza since Hamas's October 7 attack inside Israel, which killed more than 1,400 people. Death toll rises after Israeli attack on Orthodox Church. The death toll from the Israeli bombardment on a Greek Orthodox church in Gaza has risen to 8, with dozens more reported wounded. Women and children were among those who were killed in the attack on St. Porphyrius Church in the Al Zaytoun neighborhood of Gaza, according to the Palestinian news agency Wafa. Wafa said the number of deaths and wounded could still rise. Wafa cited sources on the ground as saying that the bombing led to the complete collapse of the building of the Council of Church Stewards, which housed a number of Palestinian families, both Christians and Muslims, who took refuge in the church amid continuing Israeli bombardment. Survivors of Gaza church strike say they have no place to go. At least 2 people have been killed in an Israeli strike on the St. Porphyrius Greek Orthodox Church in Gaza City, where many Palestinians, Christians and Muslims alike, had taken shelter. The Orthodox Patriarchate of Jerusalem has expressed its strongest condemnation of the attack, and said that targeting churches and their institutions, along with the shelters they provide to protect innocent citizens, especially children and women who have lost their homes due to Israeli airstrikes on residential areas over the past 13 days, constitutes a war crime. "Where do I go now? There is no place to live," said one survivor. Israeli strikes reported in central Gaza. "We are getting a report from an Al Jazeera Arabic correspondent that Israeli strikes have hit a target in central Gaza. According to the report, an Israeli aircraft bombarded a residential tower in Al-Zara. Israeli artillery fire was also reported east of Al-Buraj refugee camp, also in central Gaza. There were no immediate reports of casualties following the strikes. Lebanon, member of journalist team, killed, another injured. Lebanon's military has blamed Israel for the killing of a member of a journalist team covering the cross-border tensions with Israel. In a statement issued early on Friday, the country's army said, a journalist team of 7 people covering news, near the Israeli enemy's Al-Abad site outside the town of Hula, was targeted with machine guns by enemy members, killing one and injuring another. The identities of the 2 civilians were not immediately known. Earlier, UN peacekeepers in the country said the Lebanese army had asked for assistance for 7 individuals stranded near the border during a significant exchange of fire. Here's a recap of the latest developments in the Israel-Hamas war. It is shortly after 2 a.m. on Friday, 2300 hours Greenwich Mean Time on Thursday, in the Palestinian territories and Israel. We are closely following several developments in the Israel-Hamas conflict, including the hoped-for delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza on Friday, the ongoing massing of Israeli troops near Gaza and the continuing Israeli operations in the Palestinian territories. If you are joining us now, here's a recap of the latest developments. Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi has warned the worst is yet to come in the Israel-Hamas war. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said the risk of a regional spillover from the Israel-Hamas war is real. The Orthodox Patriarchate of Jerusalem expressed its strongest condemnation of the attack at its church compound in Gaza, saying it constitutes a war crime. A U.S. warship shot down missiles and drones fired from Yemen, potentially towards Israel. The Committee to Protect Journalists said 21 media workers have been killed since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war, including 17 Palestinians, 3 Israelis and 1 Lebanese. At least 35 U.S. senators have called for sustained access to humanitarian aid for Gaza's more than 2 million people. The United Nations said a Lebanese civilian was killed in an exchange of fire at the Israel-Lebanon border. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.